Hi everybody. I'm going to read you a story this afternoon. I hope you all are doing well and you're able to get outside and play. We've had some nice days to get outside and enjoy that sunny and warmer weather we've been having. Before I read the story, I want us to review some things again that we would talk about if I was reading a story to you. Remember that this part of the book, this whole part, is called the front cover. There's No Such Thing as Monsters is the title of the book. The author, or the person who, what do? They write the story. The author is Steve Smallman. And then what does the illustrator do? Yes, the illustrator makes or draws the pictures. The illustrator is Caroline Pedler. Remember, a lot of times the author and the illustrator are two different people. Sometimes we've read stories where the person who writes it also is the illustrator and makes and draws the pictures. But today we have two separate people doing that. So there's no such thing as monsters. What type of genre do you think this is? Remember, a genre is a type of story, and every book that we read has a genre. The genre for this story is going to be fiction. Remember, fiction means it cannot really happen. And as I read the story, I know you're going to understand why this is fiction. There's no such thing as monsters. Oh, another question. What do we call the page inside of the book? Sometimes it looks just like the front cover. Sometimes it's different, but it always has the title of the story. That's right, it's the title page. So here's the title page. I've got my own bedroom. I'm so big now, sang Little Bear excitedly. Big Bear was excited too. He had his bedroom all to himself at last. Off to bed, dozy head, chuckled Big Bear. I think I'll sit back a little bit. Y'all can see me a little bit better. Little Bear snuggled down and tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. Everything felt different. The dark seemed so much darker without Big Bear there. Then, as Little Bear peered into the shadows, he saw a monster! A big, scaly monster, all covered in spines, watching and waiting and ready to pounce. Big Bear, cried Little Bear. There's a spiky monster in my room, and it's coming to get me. Uh-oh, kind of looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? Okay, let's keep reading to find out. Big Bear rushed in and he turned on the light, but there wasn't a monster, just a floppy old toy on the back of the chair. Big Bear put it on his head and did a silly spiky monster dance. Don't be a scaredy bear. Shadows can't hurt you, he said. There's the toy on top of his head. Kind of looks like a stegosaurus, which is a type of dinosaur. Little Bear snuggled down, and he tried to go to sleep, but it was just too quiet without Big Bear there. He tried humming a little song to keep the quiet out. Then he thought, what if there's something under my bed? Something that's keeping very still. Shh. He wriggled nervously over to the edge, and he peeked underneath. And he saw a monster's tail. Big Bear, squealed Little Bear. There's a slimy monster under my bed, and it's gonna eat me. Uh-oh. Do you see the tail under the bed? What do you think that might be? Do you think it is really a slimy monster under the bed? Well, Big Bear rushed in and he dived under the bed, but there wasn't a monster, just a stinky old sock. Big Bear put his hand in the sock and made stinky sock monster noises. Then he bundled Little Bear back into bed. Night, night, don't let the bed socks bite, chuckled Big Bear. Little Bear snuggled down and tried to go to sleep, but he felt lost in the middle of his big new bed. It was just too lonely without Big Bear there. Little Bear's lips started to wobble, and he was just about to cry when he heard footsteps coming closer. Tip, tap, tip, tap. And the door slowly opened. It was Big Bear. There's no need to be frightened, Little Bear, he said. But I don't like being all on my own, sniffed Little Bear. Don't worry, said Big Bear. I brought old Hoppity to keep you company. He tucked his favorite tattered toy into bed with Little Bear. Now you won't feel so scared, he said. Silly Little Bear chuckled. Big Bear, as he went back to bed, frightened of monsters. Big Bear snuggled down in his own bed, and he tried to go to sleep. But he couldn't. His bedroom seemed so empty without Little Bear there. Big Bear lay in the dark, humming a little song to keep the quiet out. Just then, he heard a noise. A growly, snuffling noise. What do you think that noise might be? It was coming from Little Bear's bedroom. Snurfle, snort. Oh no, thought Big Bear. Maybe there really is a stinky sock monster under the bed, and it wants a little bear for its supper. Big Bear raced down the hallway as the noises got louder and louder. Snurfle, snurfle, snort, snort. I'll save you, Little Bear, he cried, pushing open the door. But there wasn't a stinky sock monster. There was just a small bear, fast asleep, snoring loudly in the growly, snuffly way that little bears do. So what was that noise? That was Little Bear snoring, was what Big Bear had heard. And that's the end of the story today. I hope you enjoyed this afternoon's story. I plan to read you a story every Tuesday and Thursday and then send it to you to watch. Starting Monday, we will have our virtual learning beginning. And Monday morning at 9 a.m., you'll be able to log in. You'll have till Friday at 3 o'clock to work on that virtual learning and to get into iReady Reading and iReady Math. So I will talk to you again soon. Love you all, miss you, and I hope you have a good afternoon. Bye.